So membership is the lifeblood of any organization, and it's certainly true in San Diego County Gunners. We have some of the best members out there, and we're always doing something to recruit even more members. If you're thinking of volunteering at a tabletop, we welcome you. It's going to be a lot of fun, but we want to make sure that, if you're curious about, well, gee, how exactly does this go? And what am I going to have to tell people? We wanted to make more clear, exactly what you're going to be doing and how to interact with the public to recruit them and become a member just like yourself. So I brought in Desi.
Hi, Mike.
From Not Me. How are you?
I'm good, Mike. How are you?
Fantastic. You're our Not Me project coordinator, right?
Director, whatever you want, whatever my title is today.
Fantastic. And you are excellent at talking to people and bringing people into the Second Amendment world. So I thought I'd bring you in and we'd talk about, hey, if somebody's interested in being in a tabletop, let's talk about, what types of things that they would be doing. And you're fresh off a tabletop. We were at the Bulls Only Rodeo, right? San Diego County
Last weekend.
Gunners? Yeah. Yep. A lot of fun. Everybody's always having a lot of fun at these tabletops, whether it's at a gun shop or a street fair or whatever. So, first off, what exactly do you do at a tabletop? Before we even talk about what to say, what is a tabletop?
So, tabletop is an opportunity for us to reach people that we normally wouldn't, right? So, this is our opportunity to tell them about San Diego County gun owners, who we are and what we do.
Exactly. And the tabletops, we organize them.
We organize them. We supply the volunteers. We always have a tabletop lead that's there to kind of give the new volunteers the direction. So this is for existing volunteers or for even someone who's just thinking about volunteering, right? We love it all.
There you go. And when I say we, I'm talking about these tabletop leads who are volunteers. They're wonderful guys and ladies. So they're wonderful people. And they pick the venue and they say, hey, I'll bring all the gear. I'll set it up. All I need are volunteers. So if you want to be involved, all you have to do is go to our volunteer website, pick a time and a place, a venue that's already there. And when you show up, it's already going to be all set up. You're going to have somebody there that's going to be able to answer all your questions and show you exactly what to do. Now, when you're talking to folks, if you're a volunteer at a tabletop and you're talking to folks, somebody walks by, how do you recommend that people talk to new folks to get them involved or get them interested?
Right. So that's a great question, Mike. So there's a couple ways that we can actually introduce San Diego County Gunners to new people that have never heard of us before. One of the first things, because I have a sales background, right? I've done sales for over 15 years, so I kind of like to break it down into different stages.
Okay.
So the first one let's talk about is just a 30-second pitch about San Diego County gun owners.
Gotcha.
So if I'm at a tabletop and you're just walking by, what I might say is, hey, Mike, have you heard of San Diego County gun owners before?
Yes. So someone's walking by. Have you ever heard of San Diego County gun owners before? I've done the same thing hundreds of times. And you know what I've found?
What's that?
No matter what they say, just roll into your pitch. Whether they say, oh, yeah, I'm real familiar, then say, great, and go into your pitch. If they say, no, I've never heard of San Diego County, great, and go into your pitch.
You're still going to go into your pitch. Right.
So what's the pitch? Give us the pitch.
So that 30-second elevator pitch is we're your local Second Amendment community, the only group fighting for your rights right here in San Diego. We've been around for over 10 years, working to get the right people elected, organizing the 2A community, and making sure your voices are heard. We're over 4,000 members strong, growing every day. Instead of leaving California, we're staying and fighting for your rights together. Join us. It's easy, it's local, and it actually makes a difference.
And excellent. So you basically give them a taste. Here's what we're doing. Second Amendment, we're getting people involved, we're getting people elected, that sort of thing. But the best part of that was at the end when you actually said, join us.
Join today.
Join today. Giving them the option of joining right then and there. Because if you never ask, then chances are they're never going to make the decision.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like to call the assumptive close, right? It's not the, hey, do you want to join? It's join us.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Exactly. And okay, all right, great. So you got their attention, you gave them the 30-second speech and said, hey, join us. What's next?
So let's talk about what we do, right? So you've got their attention now and they're intrigued. So they want to learn a little bit more about what we do. So now let's talk about our purpose, okay? So our purpose is simple. We exist to protect and restore your Second Amendment rights through 4 main focuses. Advocacy. We fight for your rights at the city and council level. Community. We organize gun owners, bringing everyone together so our voices are heard. Political fundraising. So we raise money to support candidates who will actually defend your Second Amendment rights locally. And then finally, our industry partnership. So we work closely with our local ranges, gun shops, and instructors to strengthen our 2A community.
Perfect. So now they have a taste of exactly what we're doing. They know who we are. We know what we're doing. They know what to expect.
Right.
You know, why does my membership matter? So now they know.
Yep.
All right. So what's
so
next?
now let's talk about why it matters. Okay. So we're not just another club, Mike. We're a political organization. Our goal is to get the right people elected. Folks who've been vetted by San Diego County gun owners and who truly support your Second Amendment rights. These local leaders often go on to higher offices at the county, state, and even federal level, which is why starting locally is so important.
There you go. Okay, fantastic. Again, that's what makes us different from other organizations.
Exactly.
You know, we want you to be a member of all the organizations, so the federal organizations, the state organizations, you know, NRA, FPC, SAF, GOA, GOC, CRPA, all these other, you know, alphabet names, you know,
right.
Absolutely be a member of those. But why should they pay attention to us? If they're members of all those other organizations, why should they pay attention to us? And that's exactly why. That local advocacy, the political focus, that's what makes us different.
Exactly. And that's why we want to stress that difference at the local level.
Great. And what's next? Then
so let's talk about our impact, right?
Okay.
So one of the other things that we do is we work with the media to tell your story, the story of sane, trained, law-abiding gun owners, because if we don't tell that story, no one else will. I mean, think about how many times, Mike, in the media, gun owners are seen in the incorrect way. So that's a part of what we do is we'd like to tell that story. And I think that's so important to stress when you're talking about our impact to other people.
I think you're absolutely right. And the sane, trained, law-abiding thing, you know, that really spells out who exactly we're doing it for. And to engage with media was an important piece of the puzzle that, you know, 10, 20 years ago, throughout the 80s and 90s and even into the 2000s, 2010s, not enough gun organizations or Second Amendment organizations were engaging with mainstream media. And what was left is that mainstream media was telling a completely and totally different story than they should have been when it comes to gun ownership. So that's a big part of what we do at San Diego County Gun Owners. If you're local media, you're the 6 o'clock news, and you need someone to talk about the Second Amendment, San Diego County Gun Owners is going to be there to make sure that you get the true story, so that when folks turn on their 6 o'clock news or they look at their Facebook feed or their YouTube channel and they want to see what's going on in San Diego, they see a pro Second Amendment truth. And that's exactly a big part of why they should join and why it's important to be a member to support that.
So let's talk a little bit more about the why you want to join, Mike. So there's strength in numbers, right? So instead of fleeing California for a more gun-friendly state, which, Mike, you and I know a lot of people are doing, we're staying and we're fighting here. So we already have 4,000 members, more than that, right? Because our numbers are growing every day. So the more of us that there are, the more strength in numbers.
Awesome. Exactly right. I think that's an important point. Okay.
And then the final kind of to bring it all home, right? Like, let's just call it the close of the conversation is, so if you believe in your rights and you want to be a part of something that actually makes a difference here in San Diego, we'd love you to join SDCGO today. It's easy, it's affordable, and every membership dollar stays here in San Diego. So it's $10 a month or $100 for the year. Join today.
There you go. Can you join today? Just simple ask.
Simple ask.
And they usually get like a sticker, an lapel pin, and a glass.
Pint glass.
And that's all super cool. But I got to tell you, asking them to join today to support the things that we're doing, rather than the trinkets they're taking home, a lot of people see the value and say, yeah, great, I totally get it. I'll give you a year to prove yourself.
Right.
I'll sign up and be a member for a year. And, the vast majority of our members have been extremely happy with what we're doing and have seen the effects and experienced the positive effects of San Diego County Gun Owners. But you're absolutely right, that piece of asking, like, hey, join today. Can you do it right now? It only takes a couple of minutes. Join today. I think that's crucial. And
it's even just going another step further, Mike, right? With actually taking out your phone or having them bring out their phone, going to the website and helping them walk through the process. Because it takes us, a minute to actually sign a new member up. And so it's better to have them do it now than, I'm going to do it when I go home. 9 times out of 10, if they say they're going to do it when they get home, they don't do that. So that's why if we can actually bring out their phone, walk them through it, that's kind of like the assumptive close and getting them to do it right then and there.
There you go. Some of our very best members came from a tabletop, had no idea who we were when they walked up, but learned who we were, joined, and became really great, valuable members, and engaged and fantastic volunteers. So Great, fantastic. What else? Anything else, or is that sum it up?
I think that sums it up with someone like the tips and tricks on, how to talk to people at tabletops. Is there anything else that you can think of that we might want to go over with our volunteers?
I think that it's important to know that if you're working at a tabletop and you're representing, the Second Amendment, it's not a debate. You're not there to convince somebody. You're not there to argue, debate. It's not a panel discussion. Sometimes people just want to vent, and sure, listen to them vent, but you're not there to have, a huge political discussion. So I don't want that to intimidate you. I just don't think it's valuable at that place and time to sit there and have this big, huge debate. It's really just a place to say, hey, here's who we are. Give us a shot. And then maybe tell people, hey, this is why I'm here. This is why the Second Amendment is important to me. Or this is what I like about San Diego County gun owners. Because there's really no more effective sales pitch than the one that you're most passionate about. So if you tell people, hey, I got to tell you, I got my CCW and it's changed the way I've been able to defend myself and my family, and San Diego County gun owners showed me how, and they advocated for it and got it put in place. Whatever's most passionate to you about it, let them know. But again, it's not really, these tabletops aren't set up so that you can, have a debate party. It's for you to say, here's what I think about the organization, the Second Amendment. Here's how you can become an effective part of the community. Here's your opportunity. Hey, thanks for watching Gun Owners Radio. I hope you loved that clip. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on social media. And check out our website at gunownersradio.com.